The ocean is a vast, uncharted wilderness that has fascinated humanity for centuries. Its immense depths harbor life forms we have yet to discover, and its mysteries are a fertile breeding ground for tales of legendary creatures. Among these creatures, the Megalodon, a prehistoric shark said to have grown up to 60 feet long, stands as one of the most tantalizing enigmas. Officially declared extinct millions of years ago, the Megalodon is a subject of feverish speculation. What if it survived? What if this colossal predator still prowls the oceans? Over the years, reports of sightings have reignited this debate, with some claiming to have witnessed the shadowy presence of the ocean's ultimate apex predator. Here are 15 compelling sightings that might just make you question everything you thought you knew about the ocean's most famous giant. Before we start, hit the like and subscribe buttons for more exclusive news. The Black Demon of the Baja Peninsula. The warm, crystalline waters of Baja California, Mexico, are a haven for marine life, attracting divers and fishermen from all over the world. It was here, however, that one of the most spine-chilling alleged encounters with a megalodon took place. Known locally as El Demonio Negro, or the Black Demon, this creature has become a legend in the region, striking fear into the hearts of those who venture too far into its domain. The story began with an experienced fisherman named Eric Mack, who claimed to have seen the enormous creature in 2009. According to Mack, he was fishing off the coast when his boat began to rock violently. Looking over the side, he saw an enormous shadow in the water, much larger than his 50-foot vessel. At first, he thought it might be a whale, but as the creature moved closer, he saw a massive, shark-like tail rising above the surface. The tail alone, Mack claimed, was over 6 feet tall, a scale that dwarfed any known species of shark. What struck Mack most was the coloration of the creature. Unlike the typical gray or white patterns of great white sharks, this creature was pitch black, giving rise to its fearsome nickname. Its sheer size, coupled with its aggressive behavior, rattling Mack's boat as if it were a toy, convinced him that he had encountered something extraordinary. When news of Mack's encounter spread, others came forward with similar stories of enormous shadowy shapes and unexplainable disturbances in the water. Scientists have attempted to debunk these sightings, attributing them to encounters with large but known species like whale sharks or great whites. However, none of these explanations fully account for the creature's size, coloration, and aggressive behavior. The Black Demon remains one of the most enigmatic sea creatures ever reported, and a tantalizing hint that the Megalodon might still haunt the oceans. The HMS Challenger's giant tooth discovery. Although the HMS Challenger was not a sighting in the traditional sense, the discovery made by this British research vessel in 1875 is one of the most compelling pieces of evidence for the possible existence of the Megalodon in modern times. The Challenger expedition, which was one of the first scientific efforts to map the ocean floor and study deep-sea life, made an astonishing find during its journey: a massive fossilized tooth belonging to a megalodon. At first glance, the discovery seemed to be nothing more than a relic from a long-extinct species. However, closer examination revealed something startling. The tooth was remarkably well preserved, showing minimal signs of fossilization. According to some scientists, the tooth appeared to be just 10,000 years old, a blink of an eye in geological terms. If accurate, this would mean the Megalodon survived long after its supposed extinction 3.6 million years ago and could potentially still be alive today. Skeptics argue that the dating methods used in the 19th century were less precise than modern techniques, and they claim that the tooth's condition could simply be the result of unique preservation circumstances. But the discovery raises an intriguing possibility. If megalodons were alive as recently as 10,000 years ago, could they have persisted in remote, unexplored parts of the ocean? Adding to the mystery, the HMS Challenger's records included accounts of unexplained, enormous disturbances detected in the deep ocean. These anomalies, recorded long before modern sonar technology, suggest that the researchers aboard the ship may have been unknowingly documenting evidence of a massive, elusive predator. To this day, the Challenger tooth remains a cornerstone of the Megalodon debate, a tangible artifact that hints at the possibility of its continued existence. The Mariana Trench encounter. The Mariana Trench, the deepest part of the world's oceans, is a realm of darkness and crushing pressure that defies human exploration. It is a place where known marine life takes on bizarre, otherworldly forms, and where the vastness of the ocean conceals its greatest mysteries. In 2014, a team of marine biologists studying the trench with remotely operated underwater vehicles, ROVs, captured footage that some believe to be evidence of a living megalodon. The event occurred during a routine dive to study deep-sea ecosystems. As the ROV descended into the inky blackness, its cameras recorded an enormous moving shadow. At first, the researchers thought it might be a large whale, but as the shadow passed in front of the camera, it became clear that it was something else entirely. The footage, though blurry due to low light conditions, shows a shark-like creature of unprecedented size. Based on comparisons with the surrounding environment, the creature was estimated to be over 50 feet long. What startled the team even more was the behavior of nearby marine life. Smaller sharks and fish, which are typically seen darting around in the background of such footage, seemed to vanish from the area as the creature approached, a reaction consistent with the presence of a top predator. The footage sparked intense debate when it was released to the public. While some experts argued it was merely a large sleeper shark or an optical illusion, others pointed out characteristics that didn't match known species. The sheer size and apparent power of the creature seemed to align more closely with descriptions of the megalodon than with any modern shark. The Mariana Trench, with its extreme conditions and relative inaccessibility, is one of the few places on Earth where a creature like the megalodon could conceivably hide. Its depths remain largely unexplored, offering a tantalizing possibility that the ocean's ultimate predator might still lurk in the shadows. The case for megalodon's survival. The megalodon's existence in the modern era is a topic that straddles the line between science and legend. Critics often point to the lack of concrete evidence, such as recent megalodon teeth or verified footage, to dismiss sightings as misidentifications or hoaxes. They argue that a predator of such immense size would require an enormous food supply and would likely leave more noticeable traces in the marine ecosystem. However, supporters of the megalodon's survival counter these claims with a compelling argument. The ocean is vast and largely unexplored. More than 80% of the world's oceans remain unmapped and unseen by human eyes. Creatures once thought to be extinct or mythical, such as the coelacanth and the giant squid, have been rediscovered in recent decades. The ocean's depths conceal countless secrets, and the possibility of a living megalodon cannot be entirely ruled out. Furthermore, the reports of sightings, coupled with enigmatic evidence like the Challenger tooth and unexplained disturbances in deep-sea environments, create a pattern that is difficult to ignore. Even if the megalodon itself is extinct, these encounters suggest the presence of something extraordinary, a giant predator that continues to defy classification. The Cape Town Colossus. In 2017, a group of South African fishermen off the coast of Cape Town reported a chilling encounter with what they described as a colossal, shark-like creature. Known for its rough waters and rich marine life, the area is a hotspot for great white sharks, but the fishermen insisted this creature was something far beyond the ordinary. The encounter occurred at dawn, as the crew hauled in their fishing nets. One of the men noticed a massive shadow moving beneath the boat. Initially dismissed as a whale, the shadow grew more defined as it circled closer. Soon, a massive dorsal fin broke the surface, towering at least 6 feet above the water. Panic set in as the crew realized the creature was circling their 40-foot boat. When it swam alongside the vessel, its length became unmistakable. It extended far beyond the boat's stern, and the crew estimated the creature to be at least 60 feet long. What stood out to the fishermen was the sheer girth of the animal. Its bulk was unlike anything they had ever seen in even the largest great whites or whale sharks. Its movements were smooth but deliberate, and when it finally submerged, it left an enormous ripple in its wake that rocked the boat violently. The incident gained traction when the fishermen reported it to local authorities, though their claims were largely met with skepticism. However, their detailed accounts drew attention from marine biologists, some of whom speculated it could have been an oversized sleeper shark, though this didn't fully match the descriptions of its size and behavior. The fishermen remained adamant. What they saw was not just big, it was monstrous. A creature from the depths that defied explanation. For locals, the encounter fueled theories about a giant predator lurking in the waters off South Africa's coast. The Cape Town Colossus, as it came to be known, remains a tantalizing clue that something extraordinary may still roam the oceans. The submarine shark incident. One of the most infamous reports of a megalodon-like creature comes from the 1960s, involving a South African marine engineer named DJ McCormick, who was conducting routine submarine maintenance near Cape Town. During a dive to inspect an underwater cable, McCormick's submarine crew encountered what they described as a shark so enormous it earned the nickname The submarine. McCormick and his team were stationed aboard a small submersible when they noticed the water around them growing darker, as if a massive shadow had passed overhead. Initially attributing it to a school of fish or a whale, they soon realized the shadow was moving with purpose, directly toward them. The submersible's onboard sonar began registering strange anomalies, indicating the presence of an object nearly 70 feet long. When the creature finally came into view, the team was stunned. It resembled a shark, but at an impossible scale, dwarfing their submersible. The creature passed within feet of the submersible, giving the team a clear view of its features. Its dorsal fin alone was larger than the sub's viewing port, and its massive gaping mouth appeared capable of swallowing a small vessel whole. Its coloration was dark and uniform, unlike the white-bellied pattern of modern sharks. The crew reported feeling a deep vibration through the sub's hull as the creature passed, suggesting its sheer power and size. McCormick and his team surfaced immediately and reported the incident, but their claims were dismissed as exaggerated or fabricated. However, the sonar readings from the dive remain unexplained to this day, adding a layer of credibility to their story. The submarine shark became a legend among South African mariners, and decades later, it continues to spark debates about whether the Megalodon, or something equally terrifying, still exists in the deep. The Australian monster, the case of the Megajaws. In 2013, marine researchers near the coast of Australia stumbled upon a mystery that has baffled scientists ever since. While tracking a 9-foot great white shark named Alpha using an electronic tag, they noticed the shark's movement suddenly became erratic. The tagged shark dove abruptly into deeper waters, reaching depths of over 2,000 feet in minutes, a behavior unusual for great whites. Then, the signal vanished. The tracking device was recovered later on a nearby beach, providing vital data that revealed what might have occurred. The temperature readings from the tag showed a rapid rise after the shark's dive, suggesting it had been swallowed whole by an unknown predator. The implications were staggering. The creature that consumed Alpha had to be not only larger than the great white, but capable of overpowering it entirely. Marine biologists initially speculated that a larger shark, possibly a great white, might have been responsible. However, the depth and speed of the attack, coupled with the unusual heat signature, led some to theorize that the predator was far larger, perhaps a creature yet to be officially documented. Speculation turned to the Megalodon, whose size and hunting prowess would fit the scenario perfectly. The event, known as the Megajaws case, quickly gained worldwide attention. While skeptics dismissed the idea of a living megalodon, they couldn't ignore the data that pointed to an extraordinary predator capable of such an act. Even seasoned marine researchers were baffled, admitting that the ocean still holds secrets we are far from uncovering. The case reignited interest in the possibility of a surviving megalodon population hidden in the unexplored depths of the ocean. To this day, the mysterious predator that devoured Alpha remains unidentified, but the incident serves as a chilling reminder of how little we truly know about the creatures that inhabit our oceans. The deep-sea freightliner encounter. In 2019, a chilling account emerged from a cargo ship crew navigating the remote waters of the Pacific Ocean. The vessel, en route from New Zealand to South America, reported a harrowing experience that left seasoned sailors shaken. At approximately 2 a.m., the ship's navigation systems picked up an unusually large object beneath the water, moving parallel to their course. Initially assumed to be a pod of whales, the crew soon realized they were dealing with something entirely different. The ship's captain ordered a spotlight directed toward the disturbance, revealing an enormous silhouette moving just below the surface. The crew described a shark-like creature with an estimated length of over 70 feet, easily rivaling the size of the vessel itself. Its dorsal fin occasionally breached the water, towering high above the surface in a way no known species of shark could replicate. As the crew watched in stunned silence, the creature began circling the cargo ship. Waves generated by its movements rocked the massive freightliner, and the crew reported a sound resembling a deep guttural growl, as if the creature were communicating or warning them. After several minutes, the giant shark dove into the depths, disappearing from sight. The incident was logged in the ship's official records, but attempts to verify the event through marine biology circles were met with skepticism. Critics suggested it could have been an encounter with a large whale, but the crew firmly rejected this explanation. The freightliner encounter remains one of the most compelling accounts of a potential megalodon sighting, highlighting the possibility that these massive predators might still roam the oceans undetected. The Somali coast attack. The coast of Somalia, a region infamous for pirate activity and untamed waters, became the setting for a chilling Megalodon sighting in 2011. A fishing trawler working near the Somali basin reported losing several of its nets to an unknown predator. While damaged nets are not uncommon in commercial fishing, the scale of destruction witnessed by the crew was unprecedented. One night, as the fishermen attempted to haul in their catch, the vessel was jolted by a tremendous force. Crew members rushed to the deck to find the water churning violently around the boat. Suddenly, a massive tail fin, described as being at least 20 feet across, slammed against the side of the vessel, breaking steel beams and sending waves crashing onto the deck. The creature briefly surfaced, revealing a massive shark-like body with rough scarred skin and an immense gaping mouth. The crew estimated its length to be over 65 feet, dwarfing their 50-foot trawler. The predator tore through the trawler's nets as if they were threads before vanishing into the dark waters. The encounter left the boat heavily damaged, forcing the crew to limp back to shore. News of the incident spread through local fishing communities, where stories of giant sharks had circulated for generations. Some linked the event to the Megalodon, citing the creature's unparalleled size and aggression. Skeptics attributed the damage to a large whale or orca, but the crew's vivid descriptions and the evidence of their wrecked vessel have kept the mystery alive. The Hawaiian Abyss Predator. In 2016, a research team studying underwater volcanoes near the Hawaiian Islands reported a spine-tingling encounter that defied scientific explanation. Using a remotely operated vehicle, ROV, equipped with high-definition cameras, the team descended into the abyssal zones near the Loihi Seamount, a little-explored region of the ocean. What began as a standard geological survey quickly turned into a mysterious and chilling event. As the ROV scanned the underwater landscape, the researchers noticed a sudden disturbance on the live feed. A massive shadow passed across the camera's view, temporarily blocking out all light. Moments later, the camera captured a fleeting glimpse of a shark-like creature, its enormous body dwarfing the surrounding volcanic formations. The team was stunned as the creature briefly swam into the frame, revealing a length estimated at 50 to 60 feet. Its sheer bulk was unlike anything known to science, and its movements suggested both immense power and control. What made this encounter even more baffling was the location. The depths near the Loihi Seamount are largely uninhabited by large marine predators, as the area's volcanic activity and extreme pressure create a hostile environment for most known species. The predator's presence in such a forbidding region raised questions about its adaptability and feeding habits. Despite the briefness of the encounter, the research team managed to capture several frames of footage. While marine biologists have debated whether the creature could have been a known species, such as a large sleeper shark, the scale and behavior seen in the footage remain unexplained. To this day, the Hawaiian Abyss Predator represents one of the most mysterious potential glimpses of a living megalodon lurking in the depths of an unforgiving environment. A world of hidden giants. These accounts, the Freightliner encounter, the Somali coast attack, and the Hawaiian Abyss Predator, add further fuel to the fiery debate over the existence of the Megalodon. They paint a picture of a creature so elusive, so perfectly adapted to the ocean's hidden depths, that it has remained undetected by modern science. While skeptics point to the lack of definitive proof, these stories serve as powerful reminders of how little we truly understand about the ocean. If the Megalodon, or a similarly massive predator, still exists, it is a testament to the enduring mystery and danger of the seas. For those who have encountered such creatures, their stories are more than myths. They are glimpses of a world that lies just beyond our reach, waiting to be explored. The Portuguese Trench Colossus. In 2020, a deep-sea research mission off the coast of Portugal ventured into the waters above the Portuguese Trench, a vast and largely unexplored underwater canyon. The team, using state-of-the-art sonar equipment, recorded something that left even the most skeptical scientists questioning their understanding of marine life. During a routine mapping session, the sonar picked up a massive object moving at a depth of approximately 3,000 feet. Initially dismissed as a large submarine or an underwater geological anomaly, the object's movement revealed it to be a living creature. It was enormous, over 60 feet in length, and exhibited a profile strikingly similar to that of a shark. The creature swam with deliberate speed, faster than what is typical for large marine mammals like whales, and displayed the streamlined body shape of an apex predator. The researchers deployed a remotely operated vehicle, ROV, in an attempt to capture video evidence, but the creature was too fast, disappearing into the trench's shadowy depths. What made this encounter particularly chilling were the remnants discovered afterward. Large, deep gouges in the underwater canyon walls, as if something of immense strength had scraped its way through the seabed. The sonar data and the markings suggested a predator of extraordinary size, reigniting theories about a modern megalodon or an unknown relative. Marine biologists argued that these findings could point to an oversized sleeper shark or even an undiscovered species of large fish. However, the predator's size, speed, and behavior were anomalies that didn't fit neatly into any known category. The Portuguese Trench remains a tantalizing frontier for deep-sea exploration, where the mysteries of the ocean's giants persist. The Gulf of Alaska's unseen predator. In 2015, commercial fishermen operating in the icy waters of the Gulf of Alaska reported a series of terrifying incidents involving an unknown predator. Known for its rich marine biodiversity, the Gulf has long been a hotspot for large fish and marine mammals. However, this time, the predator in question was unlike anything the fishermen had encountered before. The first incident involved a commercial fishing vessel pulling up its nets to find them shredded, as though a powerful force had ripped through them. Upon closer inspection, the nets bore massive bite marks, far larger than anything a known predator in those waters could produce. The fishermen initially blamed orcas, but the scale of the damage and the teeth patterns didn't match. Days later, another vessel reported a sighting that seemed to confirm their worst fears. While hauling in their catch, the crew spotted a massive dark shape swimming below their boat. The creature circled the vessel before breaching slightly, revealing a dorsal fin that dwarfed those of even the largest great white sharks. The crew estimated the creature's length at nearly 70 feet, describing its girth as like a moving freight train. After the sighting, the fishermen abandoned their operation in the area, fearing for their safety. Experts speculated that the fishermen might have encountered a particularly large sleeper shark or a basking shark, both of which are native to the area. However, the aggressive behavior and immense size described by the witnesses didn't align with these species, leaving the Gulf of Alaska's predator as one of the most perplexing mysteries of the region. The Indonesian fishing village scare. In 2018, a remote fishing village in Indonesia became the center of a chilling maritime mystery. Located near the Java Trench, one of the deepest oceanic trenches on Earth, the villagers began noticing strange occurrences in their coastal waters. Boats would return with nets either completely empty or torn to shreds, and some fishermen refused to venture out at all, claiming they had seen something massive lurking in the water. One evening, as a group of fishermen prepared their boats for an overnight trip, they saw something that froze them in their tracks. Under the light of the moon, a massive dorsal fin cut through the water just offshore. Witnesses described it as being nearly 10 feet tall and moving with ominous precision. The creature didn't breach entirely, but its silhouette, visible beneath the surface, suggested a length of at least 65 feet. It circled the boats near the shoreline for nearly an hour before vanishing into the depths. After this incident, the village elders recalled old legends of a giant shark known as the Laut Besar, or Great Sea, a creature said to dwell in the deepest parts of the Java Trench. While some dismissed the event as folklore coming to life, the fishermen's accounts gained credibility when marine researchers investigated the region. The scientists recorded unusual patterns of movement in the area's marine life, as if smaller fish and sharks were avoiding an unseen predator. The Java Trench is one of the least explored areas of the ocean, and its extreme depths make it an ideal hiding place for creatures that have yet to be discovered or rediscovered. The Indonesian fishing village scare remains an eerie reminder of how much we still don't know about the creatures that inhabit our planet's deepest waters. The Caribbean cruise encounter. In 2013, a luxury cruise liner traversing the tranquil waters of the Caribbean became the site of an unnerving marine encounter. The ship, packed with vacationing tourists, was cruising near the Cayman Trench, a deep underwater canyon known for its diverse marine life. One afternoon, passengers lounging on the deck noticed a disturbance in the water. What began as a vague ripple soon revealed itself as something far more alarming. A massive dorsal fin broke the surface, followed by the appearance of an enormous dark shadow circling beneath the ship. Witnesses described the fin as nearly 6 feet tall, and the creature's body, visible just beneath the water, seemed to stretch endlessly. The cruise ship was over 950 feet long, and passengers noted that the shadow spanned a significant portion of the ship's width, suggesting a length of over 60 feet. Crew members scrambled to reassure passengers, suggesting it was likely a whale shark or a pod of whales. However, the creature's behavior was predatory. It circled the ship several times before disappearing into the depths, Some passengers even reported seeing a massive tail briefly break the surface, slapping the water with tremendous force. Later analysis by marine experts couldn't confirm the identity of the creature. The Mariana Trench is a hotspot for large marine animals, but the description of the fin and the size of the shadow didn't match any known species. To this day, those aboard the ship refer to the encounter as a brush with the unimaginable, a potential modern-day megalodon lurking in the depths of the Caribbean. The Australian Navy's unclassified encounter. In 2017, a classified report from the Australian Navy was leaked, detailing a chilling incident off the Great Barrier Reef. The Navy was conducting a training exercise involving multiple ships and submarines in the region when one of the submarines detected an enormous object moving through the water at an incredible speed. At first, the crew assumed it was another submarine participating in the exercise, but the sonar data quickly disproved this theory. The object measured over 70 feet in length and displayed an unusual speed and maneuverability. Its profile was distinctly shark-like, with a streamlined body and an unmistakable dorsal fin. The submarine's sonar equipment captured the creature approaching one of the Navy ships before veering away at the last moment. Several crew members aboard the surface ships reported seeing a large shadow pass beneath them, and one sailor described spotting a monstrous fin rising momentarily above the waterline. The Navy's official report dismissed the incident as an encounter with a large whale, but the sonar data, which was eventually leaked to the public, painted a different picture. Marine biologists who reviewed the data were baffled. While skeptics argued it could have been a basking shark or a whale shark, neither species matched the speed, behavior, or size recorded during the event. The encounter has become the focus of intense speculation, with many pointing to the Great Barrier Reef's proximity to deep ocean trenches as a possible refuge for large, elusive predators like the Megalodon. The Chilean fisherman's chase. In 2021, a group of Chilean fishermen working near the Atacama Trench experienced what they described as the most terrifying night of their lives. The Atacama Trench is one of the deepest oceanic trenches in the world, plunging over 8,000 meters into darkness. It's a place shrouded in mystery, making it a perfect setting for a potential encounter with a massive predator. The fishermen were hauling in their catch when one of them noticed an enormous dark shape moving under their boat. Suddenly, the water erupted as the creature breached the surface, nearly capsizing the vessel. The men described seeing a shark-like creature with jagged scars running along its body, suggesting a life of combat with other large predators. Its size was staggering, easily over 60 feet long. Panicked, the fishermen started their engine and attempted to flee. However, the creature followed, keeping pace with the boat as if in pursuit. For over an hour, it swam alongside them, occasionally ramming the hull and sending waves crashing over the deck. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, the predator dove back into the depths, leaving the shaken crew to limp back to shore. The encounter made headlines in local news, and marine biologists were quick to weigh in. While some attributed the event to a large orca or a rogue great white, the fishermen were adamant that what they saw was far larger and more aggressive than any known species. Given the remoteness of the Atacama Trench and its depth, the possibility of a giant predator lurking in its shadows remains a tantalizing mystery. If you liked this video, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel. Also, could you leave your comments below and tell us, what are your thoughts on recent Megalodon sightings? We want to hear from you. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.